far back as I can remember, Japan has always been a little more daring, a little more experimental with their video games than we are here in the West. Parappa the Rapper and Mr. Mosquito were beyond strange, but still managed to get localized, making me even more curious about the games that didn't have intrepid publishers behind them and would never see the light of day here. It's a curiosity that's never been squelched and causes me to investigate the Japanese PlayStation Store on a regular basis, and ultimately what had me spending the last few days playing red light, green light in VR with ghosts and demons in one of the most messed up houses this side of the Baker estate.
Daruma-San ga Koronda.
As an arcade title, Daruma-San ga Koronda is an interesting experiment, essentially offering up a game that only uses one button to play. At the far end of the hall, there's a little girl with her back turned to you, forcing you to play red light, green light, and by pressing circle, you slowly walk forward, and let go to stop walking when she turns to face you. It's about the simplest concept for a game I could ever think of, but Daruma-San ga Koronda isn't nearly as simple as it sounds. First of all, it's one of the darkest PlayStation VR games yet, with a touch of screen door effect making your vision less than completely reliable. Because of this, you'll be straining your ears listening to the little girl's chant, Daruma-San ga Koronda, knowing that she turns her head on the very last syllable. Adding to the difficulty are not only collectible scraps of paper, but also jump scares and distractions. Arms reaching out to grab you, pieces of the hallway collapsing, and demons that are obviously very unhappy with your presence. Knowing when you're allowed to move is one thing, but paying attention and actually doing it is entirely another. The first level is pretty forgiving, even allowing you to make a mistake or two without triggering a game over screen. But after that, it's game on, with level 3 specifically ripping off the training wheels and throwing you to the wolves. As much fun as I was having playing red light, green light in a haunted house, a few things kept me from loving this game unconditionally. First, at roughly $20, it's pretty light on content. As a game that originated in Japanese arcades, I can understand why it's not longer, but I would have killed for twice as many stages. There's also unskippable cutscenes before every level, deterring me from really wanting to play it over and over. And of course, it's all in Japanese, so unless you happen to speak or read the language, some of the story and even some of the rules of the game will take some extra time and a bit of trial and error to understand. That said, the graphics here rank up with some of the best on PlayStation VR, with amazing character models and impressive effects. And it's really scary, especially the first few times you play. And getting used to the scares is the only real chance you'll have at success. As much as I loved Haunted House Simulator affected the manner, this game should take its place at parties and be put on the head of every gamer trying VR for the first time.
Daruma-San ga Koronda.
In Japan, Daruma-San ga Koronda is an arcade title that runs on PlayStation VR hardware, but there's a catch. During gameplay, you get sprayed with fragrances and mist to help increase the immersion. And after spending a few hours in this house, I can only imagine how putrid those aromas probably smell. So I'm actually pretty happy to play this one from the comfort of my living room, where the only bad smells are from the pizza box I forgot to throw out a few days ago. There's not a ton of game here, but it's just too much fun to skip out on, and one of those nightmarish experiences you'll remember for a lifetime.